So, from one series to another. The Christian Rock Does It Rock series. Now, a lot of you out there have been telling me to review this band, review that band. If you didn't like this, then check out this. And a lot of you have criticised me for using little known bands. Now, the reason I used those little known bands was because at the time YouTube was getting all up in people's business about copyright. So I didn't really have the choice of putting an entire song of a good band in there. But I thought, there are good bands on the internet that are under the Creative Commons license. So surely there are some good Christian rock bands that are under the same license. Well, it turns out none of the ones I found were. I'm not going to say they were terrible. There were some which were alright. But still none of them really great. They all seem to follow a formula. And this was really my main problem with Christian rock bands. It seemed to me that for the most part, none of them really seemed to do their own thing. Now this may sound a bit harsh because obviously secular rock bands, or at least rock bands that don't declare any of the members' faith straight outright, have the advantage of being able to be innovative because they're clearly in the majority. But it seemed to me that there was not one Christian rock band that I could think of that really forged any kind of new territory in music. And again, I'm not saying that's the fault of the Christian rock bands. Obviously, once more, they're clearly a minority, but they seem to be really derivative. Whereas other bands seem to be influenced by the bands. You could tell the influence, but they took that influence and made it their own, apart from in certain cases. Christian bands seem to be completely derivative. Apart from POD, but even in that case, I don't know if maybe there was something original about POD. Anyway, my whole point with these videos was not to be down on religion or anything like that. It was like one of the few video series that I've made that wasn't meant to be down on religion. And yet, of course, people, in their ignorance, took it the wrong way. And so now I've discontinued the series. Which is a shame because people were asking me, so why are you just picking on Christian bands? Why don't you do Muslim rock bands? Why don't you do rock bands of other religions? And you know what I was going to do? Muslim rock, does it rock? And I had a few bands lined up, but the overwhelming negative response I got from Christian rock band, just from people taking it the wrong way and reading stuff into it that wasn't there, just made me realise that reviewing religious music as music rather than as a representation of that religion was impossible without people of that religion getting pissed off about it. So after 3 videos I got pissed off and quit. And so there will be no more Christian rock, does it rock? There'll be no Muslim rock, does it rock? There'll be no Buddhist rock, does it rock? I don't know if there is actually any Buddhist rock. But anyway, because people couldn't take those videos as what I meant them to be. Purely reviews of the musical talent on display. So, fuck yous. I won't be taking... for all the people who are requesting me to review bands, sorry, but no. I'd rather people claim that I was attacking religion on videos where I'm actually attacking religion. So, yeah, that's that. Laters.